record.
Opened an OBS. Sorry, I was looking at Iron Thorns.
Okay. Real, to be honest. Have you seen that guy?
It's kind of cool.
He's a kind of cool guy. He's pretty cool. I'm
Not
a fan.
in the
I'm a
stats
fan of
spread
Iron
screen,
Thorns. Sorry.
In the face, not in the stats spread screen, but in the face, I like him.
Iron Thorns is like cute. I think he's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
I love how all the past paradoxes are just the better designs with the future ones when they have their little smiles and they have their cute little pixel eyes and they're all happy. That's very cute. I like that.
Cool little dudes.
They're just cool little dudes.
They are cool. Isn't there like an Iron Bundle like toy coming out soon or something? Like what?
Yeah, with teeth.
What?
I thought it'd be really
Teeth?
funny if
it has
future
teeth.
mons they did action figures and off the past mons they had plushies.
I would like that. That'd be very cute.
I
mean,
just start recording.
That's what they're doing,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh my god, the Slitherwing plushie. Oh my goodness gracious. It is literally
Grumbly.
it's so perfect. It's so fluffy. It's so fluffy. I love it so much.
I'm
Very
happy
awesome.
they did Screamtail justice. I might actually
Yeah,
pick that one
right.
up.
I wanna hold her. She's so spherical. I wanna punch her like a volleyball, but like affectionately.
Screamtail definitely my favorite.
Same.
It is an orb.
I'm a big fan of orbs.
So am I.
It's spherical.
Little person over here who used iron treads every single time we did FFAs. But
We love orbs.
I'm a little sad no one's tried to use iron treads, but that makes sense. It's iron treads.
I
gotta-
did see a team with it. Like I was watching, I think, Shade Vieira play, and like they fought a team with it. I don't think it was brought, but I thought of you. I'm like,
I
the
think
guy.
I think if I go to any events while Reg G is a thing, I'm gonna try to be the strongest warrior for a Pokemon. Like I'm the strongest warrior for Iron Valiant in Reg F.
I'd like to do that. I should do that with with Spiritomb. I don't think I've gotten points with Spiritomb.
Did you go to a regional Spiritomb?
No. Well, no, I did, but I didn't get points. I
Are you
think
sure?
I
You didn't get like
I'm pretty
40 points? There's what was your
I'm pretty
record?
sure I went like 4-5.
I think you get points for that.
Wait,
5-4.
do you have the spreadsheet? I didn't even look at it because I just figured I wouldn't get it. I might have actually gotten it.
Well, it's for Reg F, so
Oh.
maybe there's a Reg A version of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that started to be a thing until like.
Yeah, no.
later
That
on
wouldn't
in the
have been a
season.
thing.
Yeah.
But you
I
would
don't
be
know.
there, probably.
Spiritomb is like one of the most fun mons to run. I should probably try running it again because I feel like it's very good into Shadow, it's very good into the Urshifus, it's very good into Calyrex Ice. You underspeed it and burn it. You can skill swap Ursaluna Blood Moon's ability away. It does a lot of funny things.
Skill swap's a cool move. I like that when they're.
It's such a nice tech to have. Like when you're fast or, slow in Trick Room. I think that's like very up there. Cause I did try like Regigigas Weezing rentals and whatnot and like skill swap ones. Like and being able to mess with abilities was so fun. Like, oh my god, taking Dondozo's Oblivious was the most fun thing ever. Because now I'm oblivious and I don't care about your stat boosts, good sir. Have a burn. Have a burn and a foul play.
Hold that.
Hold that. Yeah, no, that was fun. Speaking of tournaments. Oh, wait,
I
what
like
were you
the
going to say?
I was just gonna say I like the idea of Baylynn becoming Quark Drive girl. Just
Yeah.
keep collecting the weirdo future Paradox Mon.
Quark Drive Girl or Photosynthesis Boy.
Yeah. Quark Drive daughter.
Or Protosynthesis son. Tell us in the comments, who would you rather have? Quark
Rain,
Drive
they.
daughter or Protosynthesis son?
Dobon is a fucking Cyclozar.
Doban.
If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's talk about tournament Sash.
Well, no. I was gonna, if you're gonna do funny Iron Thorns, I bet with like Speed Booster you might be able to do something with loaded dice, but probably not much. But there's a shot there.
Can you get a speed boosting Iron Thorns?
How high is its attack? Because that might be one of those where it's impossible.
Iron Thorns has 134 attack and 72 speed.
Oh my goodness, hold on.
Unless you meant Iron Treads, in which case...
Oh, Iron Treads I know can do it, right?
Iron Treads can do it, yeah. It's 112 attack and 106 speed.
God damn, even if you're timid, you have to, like, lower your attack.
Nope, even if you do that, it's still higher.
No, if you're timid, you have to... timid, you have to lower your IVs.
This is like the worst version of like speed boosting Katana.
Does it at least get Sword Stance?
Yeah, I gotta run. It does get SD. You ran it, didn't you? You used to run this guy. It does get SD.
Wait, which book? Are we talking about Iron Tread?
Iron Thorns.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was very good.
Yeah, he's got all those like loaded dice moves, but like meh.
You go pin missile and rock blast.
Yeah. No, what in the space between like what's it called? After LA Regional to Worlds, I have like literally there's nothing besides locals. So I need to just start running memes. Maybe that will be maybe I can get CP for Iron Thorns if I can find a local when no other good SoCal players show up, which is impossible.
I'm down. I could definitely do that at a Chicago local. I think Swords Dance next to Maridon.
I'm so ready to go MIA at Chicago.
May has a bunch of events for us.
No. I'm saying I'm ready to go MIA.
Oh, I know. You don't have to go to any of those. You got Worlds invite. Oh my god,
hate this game.
We haven't podcasted since you got that, bro.
We need to talk about the regional. That's why we're here.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we waited, so y'all could come back from the regional and talk about the regional. And then while we're talking, there was a regional that happened like earlier today that we can talk about. Shout out to Zamazenta, but first, we need indie thoughts.
Yeah,
this is Zamazenta's story, and we're living in it because Zamazenta showed up at Indy, he just didn't win it.
Yeah, Michael, why don't you tell them about the regional?
So this regional was awesome. This is easily the best venue I've ever been to. This is the coolest weekend I've ever participated at a regional with. This shit was fire. The vibes were immaculate.
It did seem pretty nice.
With my partner, we were fucking.
Oh yeah.
It was amazing. It was a great time. It was just nice all around, right?
Yay!
I did dog shit at that event, bro.
Oh.
But like, I think the team I built was amazing. The prep I did before it was pretty damn good. I hit 50th on ladder. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
think you need to play best of 3 ladder as much as you don't wanna.
I guarantee that you're correct, and that's why I'm on a best of 3 alt permanently. I'm locking myself to the best of 3 ladder.
I should do that.
Welcome.
I should do that as well. But then, like, I don't know. It's still ladder. I feel like I get better best of 3 of like fighting y'all or something.
There's 2 routes. There's best of 1 Michael prep, and then there's you should play best of 3 Marcos bullshitting. But as it turns out, I don't play the game when I'm not in the tournament.
You're still good.
See, what I've learned from Indianapolis Regionals is that this game is fucking hard, man.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I knew some shit. I don't know anything. I really fucking don't.
What's the new format, man?
I'm a little baby noob. No, it has nothing to do with the format. It's like the way people play best of 3 versus the way people play best of 1 is entirely different.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, no shit, I'm so used to best of 1. It's the only thing I play online. It's what our Chicago locals are like, right? So, like, that gave me a kind of a false sense of security of, like, okay, I'm pretty damn good at this game. It's like, I'm good at this game for 1 game.
I'm just saying, I always warned you about it. I've always warned you about it.
Yes, I know. Yeah, and you're just correct. But, like, I honestly don't think I really like best of 3 as much as I like 1, which is a scary prospect because this is the game I play. But,
it also might just be you're not used to it, as opposed to like, oh, I'm safe in my comfort zone when I'm playing best of 1, but when best of 3 comes around and I'm like, I gotta play it, I'm scared. I'm a little scared mouse in the corner. Help me.
It is probably that. Yeah, you're right. Oh god, the way people play in best of 3 sometimes just blows my mind. It's like, it's so wildly different to the point where I'm like, damn, you can't even get away with that shit in best
Tell
of one.
them,
Like, what
tell
are you
them
doing?
about our match.
Yeah,
Tell them about
yeah.
our match.
Yeah, you specifically. Yeah, I'm like, dude, what are we doing here?
Oh yeah, y'all fought. I woke up and I opened Twitter and I see y'all taking a selfie at the same table. I'm like, oh boy.
So rewind it one more round prior. I started 2-0. I'm geeked. I'm fucking happy as shit, right? I play Shiliang Tang, the guy that got 4th at the event, round 3. And I'm like, okay, this guy won a regional before. This guy's on stream all the fucking time. This is kind of hype, honestly. I like this, right?
Nice.
Game 1, fucking obliterated. And I was like,
Oh,
I'm him. I'm him, right? Game 2 gets clutched away like crazy. Get a hurricane confusion at the wrong time. I hit myself. I die on 1 HP. And I'm like, okay, well, that's tough, right? You can't really beat a great player like that if luck's not going your way. And then game 3, he clutches up because he's a goat. And I'm like, yeah, okay, good shit. But even in that one, even in that game 3, I was like, I'm going to start doing fancy shit. I'm going to start doing tricks on it, you know, type of, right? Or I'm like...
That's not what that means.
I'm gonna start like doing BMX backflips and shit on that thing, you know what I'm talking about?
no, that's not what it means. That is not...
That
Nope.
thing in my head right now is Kyogre. He was running Assault Fest Kyogre. And so I start doing different shit, right? And it just hard loses me the game because I was like doing different shit and he was doing the same shit. And I'm like, damn, okay, I guess I got owned, right? Mm-hmm. Fast forward one more round, I play this fucker. You can call right here.
Yes.
And I'm not even gonna hold you. I had a fucking amazing matchup into this guy. Like I clicked specs, I ran Miraidon, choice specs Electro Drift.
Near
This
unlosable,
Calyrex
one
Shadow.
could say.
Yeah, I would say a miracle that I threw that game. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't even a throw. I should say a miracle I lost that game. Like what the fuck happened? I'm bad, bro. But what's it called? Like even at -1, my Miraidon one shot your Calyrex, bro. Like you hit Snarl, and I was like, you know what? I can still probably kill you.
Yeah, no, you went in. This was before this event. Everyone thought Miraidon was like B and C tier. I was seeing in y'all's tier list. What the fuck? If you were participating in any of those, what were you thinking? And so Michael went in, you know, going like, I know the secret, and I'm like, how is this a secret? But it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
It won the whole tournament. And you were like just killing things with this lizard, evil lizard.
Really, nobody was ready for Miraidon, and it was amazing. Like,
yeah.
That's why I say the prep that I did for this tournament, I think was really fucking A1 solid. Like the building, this is probably the best team I've built going into a regional. Because I look
really
at my other
nice.
teams that I built, and they ain't got Intimidate, they ain't got Fake Out, they ain't got Taylor. I'm like, okay, these are all ass. But
Yeah, it
this
was a real
one,
team
this
for
one's
once.
cool. This was a good team. And so, like even with matchup, right? What our set taught me is that like it really is just all play. You could do whatever team you want to, and that like I think about the dog shit teams that I used at previous regionals to get the same 5-4 record. Cause like even through his bad matchup, all it takes is him reading my fucking life, reading my brain, and being like, I'm gonna switch in Ursaluna to your Electro Drift in game 1. I win game 2 doing my shit.
The whole
and
turn
then he does
one.
it again.
The whole turn
and
one
then
was
he does
insane.
it. And then he does it again in game 3 because I was like, surely he doesn't think that surely I do something different in game 3, right?
It was
So
a little
I'm gonna
bit
do the
more
same
of
thing.
complicated than I switch in Ursaluna on turn 1.
That was
It was,
like, the main. If I don't get value, turn 1.
MJ had what was it? Ogerpon Miraidon on lead game 1, and I had Mian Xiao for Rigoraph on lead game 1. Like I was gonna fake out Trick Room, so I bait him into believing I'm gonna set up Trick Room. But in my mind, I know that he's just gonna switch in Farigiraf and Electro Drift into my Farigiraf, right? So I immediately switch in Ursaluna Blood Moon, where my Farigiraf was, and just go for hard close combat onto the Miraidon. You know, his Farigiraf hits the field, so does mine. I get his ass, and I'm just like, you know, fucking gaming.
It just ended game 1 or game.
Yeah, it ended game 1.
Not game 1. It ended turn 1 because there's no like chance to recover momentum from that because your restricted's faster than mine.
Yeah.
The thing about the game 3 is the thing that taught me the lesson where it's like, dude, what the fuck? you just did it again. You told me after the match, it's that one, what's it called? That one graph that's like...
Oh, the bell curve.
The bell curve, that's the one, the low amount of players on the left that says, this game is so hard, I need to try so hard, I need to do, like... what is it? You say it best. I forgot the words for it.
So, like, the left side of the curve is like, oh, I'm just gonna do it again. I'm just gonna repeat what I did last game. The middle of the curve is someone going like, oh, the average intelligence player. Oh, I need to change up my strategy. Get in his head. He's never gonna expect me to do it again. And then the right side of the curve, where the smartest players are, I'm just gonna do it again.
And it is crazy how often it works. The problem, I'm so mad at this because every time I decide I'm just gonna do it again, it just doesn't work. Even if it worked the first time, it never works. Never works for me. How do y'all get it to work?
I don't know what it is, because that's the thing. I don't think there's enough content about this game that is going like deeper into that aspect of the game, which I don't care about. But like, that's what I was talking about earlier with the difference between best of 1 and best of 3. Is in best of 1 there is no do it again, so everyone's playing like their fucking lives depend on it to win the game. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that's able to be capitalized on, and that's my comfort. I know that well.
That's why I hate it, because I can't gauge you.
Yeah, in best of 3 though, it's like these motherfuckers will just leave their shit open and do some weird shit, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
but it works.
What do you mean? What are you doing? We're testing the waters. You get to see just how good your opponent actually is.
And that's really cool. Okay, so that aspect I like a lot. That's the prospect that's keeping me playing. I probably would have folded. I would have quit after Indy had I not been made aware of that. That's really interesting to me. Like the intentionally throwing out dog shit options to see how your opponent reacts. Because if you get to keep doing those dog shit options, then it's like, okay,
you're set.
I get to do whatever the fuck I want here, right?
Yeah.
So that's interesting to me. I think the dynamic of a best of 3 is being made apparent to me, and I do like that. So that will be occupying my brain space for a while. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if going into Indy. I mean, also here's the other thing. I was kind of very sleep deprived.
Yeah.
I don't think Indy is easily the tournament that I've been like the least there for. Met this awesome guy in one of my rounds named Jose. Shout out Jose if you're out there. You're my goat. But bro, he's the only guy that 2-0'd me that entire day, and I guarantee, because it was in the middle of the day, I was exhausted. I threw my mons out and I was like, fuck, I lost lead matchup. I don't really care anymore. I'm dead.
Damn.
I'm fucking owned. Yeah. Like, could I have maybe like wiggled out with like some protect reads or like some like,
what Jose look like?
I don't even know. Fucking, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. I haven't seen him in a week either.
Was he tall Latino with glasses or?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm trying to think, because I might have.
No, he didn't have glasses. He didn't have glasses. No.
Oh, okay. No, that's not the guy I hung out with.
He ran Koraidon anyway, but he fucked me up with Flutterman, Icy Wind, Koraidon, Nuclear Move.
Lablets moment.
Yeah. But it was a vibe. I do still stand by the fact that it was my best tournament ever. By best, I mean like all factors, like playing, team building, enjoyment, the vibes. That shit was cool.
Yeah. As is good. I mean,
I'm so excited to go to tournaments.
I think we were talking about it earlier, but Miraidon popping off is insane. Dude, we saw a Miraidon Urko and Incin with Volt Switch. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What's
Here it
going
comes.
On? Here it comes. It's
and I am so happy. Just cause like I can't. Listen, I'm always gonna root for Koraidon. I'm very happy Koraidon is good. The red legendary hasn't been good for a while, so I will take it. I just cannot like I knew it was good on paper, right? Obviously. But to see it do that much damage is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Just why?
That's see I was gonna run Groudon to Indie And then the week leading before Indy, I just kept fucking, like, I nosedived on ladder. And I was like, what is happening? And I was like, damn, is Groudon ass now? What happened? Because I was doing decent with it.
We knew.
I was doing, I was doing decent with it. Like, for a little while, I was undefeated in ladder tours. Not ladder tours, what do they call it? The room tours with Groudon. And I was like, okay.
See, that's your issue, you're using room tours.
I fuck with that guy, right? But then I was like, okay, the responsible decision is probably to not lock Precipice Blades for 9 rounds of Swiss.
What do you mean?
I was looking into the more consistent guys, so like Cali Shadow, Koraidon, Miraidon, Turtle. And I was looking at Miraidon, and I was like, ooh, wait. Everyone was saying that this guy kind of like loses to Rillaboom, and I was like, that's really stupid. You're a dragon type, and you take away its terrain. Like, you do better into Rillaboom than Rillaboom does into you.
You just need to get the like sending them out correct.
I built like a skeleton team with Miraidon on it, and I was like, this reminds me of a Flutter main team from Reg F. So I put choice picks on it, and I clicked a move, and I was like, okay, never mind. I found the winning restricted. This is insane. Why the fuck are people rating this a B tier?
Right? Yeah. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
I think he'll be back. It's happened in Series 10, last gen, in Gen 8. Groudon like dropped off, and it was mostly like Kyogre and Calyrex and Zacian, and like Groudon wasn't being used like pretty much at all. Well, I mean, not at all, but like it was being used, but not as much as the other ones. And when you have to,
Rinya's son came out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you only have one restricted, it's like, okay, in Series 10 that was the case, but you could get away with running Groudon in like Series, I think it was 9 or 8. What's the one, the single restricted Dynamax
That's
format?
10. That's 10 was not Dynamax. Single restricted, no Dynamax.
10 was single restricted, no Dynamax, and Groudon saw a drop off then. I don't remember there being many Groudons then. It was mostly Kyogre, Calyrex, Zacian, whatever else. But you got away with it in Dynamax form because you could Dynamax and you could click Max Quake and shit, right? That's what's happening now, in that you're choosing it when you have to choose one restricted. You don't want to choose the guy who clicks P-Blades and misses half the time.
Yeah.
Like Groudon's gonna come back in double restricted. I highly like it's gonna be good. Like it.
I mean, yeah.
That's just
I think double restricted Groudon's a lot better because you're not relying on it as like your king piece.
Yeah. When your king
or
piece
queen
has like a 15% chance to miss its moves that it needs to hit.
Yeah, I went on a rant about it on stream one day, and I was just like, look, why the hell would I pick Groudon? Why on earth would I ever pick Groudon as my restricted? Why would I sit here and use Groudon, who has a 15% chance to miss Precipice Blades, when I can go and spend $40 to click a Glacial Lance, which can't miss and hits more Pokemon? Which is more expensive, $40 to click Glacial Lance and win games, or trying to get therapy through the American healthcare system? Like,
yeah.
Real.
But yeah, no, I and that was gonna be the same thing for Kyogre, but Kyogre just like stuck around. I don't know, because Ergopon Wellspring just like kind of disappeared because of Miraidon. Kyogre's still doing its thing, does well. I mean, it's not. What are Kyogre's doing at the moment? They're just being Kyogre. I've seen like Archeladon did Archeladon and like Iron Jugulus on a Kyogre team did well.
I have taken.
I think you said it best. They are just being Kyogre about it. Yeah, they're being guy with a million Spadef water spout.
I think
Tornogre is still
bad, you know what I mean?
Tornogre is still dead. Kyogre teams are now fat Kyogre, which I appreciate. Like Iron Jugulus Aviogre is like the best one at the moment.
I think I've taken more damage from Pelipper's on rain teams than Kyogre on rain teams. I'm gonna be honest.
Or to be fair, Calyrex Ice is everywhere, and he's not running. Yeah. He's not walking around without his big old pelican. You know?
Yeah, that's true. I love that guy. He's so awesome.
He's bringing his guy around. But
I need a different Cali Ice counter besides Pelipper because I want to use Koraidon. But there isn't any. Gonna start running Corviknight, man.
How do I beat Kelly Ice Pelipper? I run Miraidon and then call it a day. When I click Electro Drift into your entire team.
But what if I'm bad at making predictions?
Interesting.
Play more best of 3, I guess. I don't know.
Yay, we fixed Michael.
It's yeah. I feel like the final panel in that Judge League of Legends, Your Honor, Death. I feel like the last panel of that.
Your Garfield getting demonstrated right now.
Yeah, I'm in the chair, and it says best of 3 on it.
No.
My tournament run was pretty good.
Yeah, you did pretty good. You got your Worlds invite, so you're set.
Mm-hmm.
Wo Qian is confirmed the 6-3 Pokemon, and so when that's all you need, that's perfect.
Lock in the Wo Qian. Like, there's a job to be done. You know who to call.
I can't believe
it reminded me of in like old golfing games or anytime a game has like a golfing mini game to it where it's like the different clubs have different like distances that the ball can get hit to. Mm-hmm. It's like Wo Qian.
You mean like real golf?
Yeah. Oh, shut up. Real golf got more complexity to that. I'm not going into that. You're not making me a golf player in this episode. That's not what's about to happen. I play best of 3 and I like golf. Who am I?
AtrixMJ lost to Dugong. Woo!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
This is ego death. This is ego death. The episode.
We'll talk about that in a moment.
Oh my god! Shout out Wo Qian.
Lives in a closet. Lives in a closet.
Closeted Dugong victim.
Plays golf.
Wow.
This is so sad.
Really, I don't think it can get worse. I'm not gonna lie.
All-time low. You graduated, but yet you're at your all-time low now.
Yep.
That's
this is so sad.
It's okay. We're chilling.
We're
living life.
Saying?
I'm on spring break forever, so that's cool.
God, I wish.
But yeah.
Well,
what we're talking about. We're talking about the golf, the Wo Qian.
Yeah.
What does that do?
It's fucked up what Aaron said about you, man. I'm so sorry.
He said no Chen. Look, this is the second time. That I have been bullied for using Wo Qian by official casters. It once was in Peoria.
It's so
once was this
up,
time.
Man.
No, I love them though. But this is also the second time that I was brought onto stream for no reason other than to vibe and hang out.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that they've been doing that.
They're just like, where's Marcos? Just put him on stream.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Get him on stream.
Yeah.
You're a cool guy, man.
Yeah. It was a fun tournament. Wo Qian was really strong. I mean, it fixed my matchup into a ton of Pokemon. The only Pokemon that I should have beaten that I didn't with Wo Qian was Calyrex Ice. And that's because this Calyrex Ice was nearly maximum speed and outsped me outside a Trick Room and killed my Wo Qian.
Oh,
that's insane.
It was like at minimum like 204 speed investment.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's just like
I was pretty annoyed because I was like, dude, what? That just knocked me out of it didn't knock me out of day 2. But I was like, that just like made it so I now have to win. Or, I can't afford to lose much more,
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Not fun.
But yeah, that was my second loss of the day.
That's
I don't
crazy.
remember.
It's like matching up into like that's the one thing that's like that's fucked because sometimes you're like, oh, I've got a really good matchup into this one guy, and then you run into like the guy running the most unorthodox like EV spread of all time,
Right. Ugh.
like a max HP, max defense Roaring that I faced it at Melbourne. Somehow lived like what was it? It was what did they live? They were Terra Steel and I CC'd them. Oh no, I Sacred Sworded them at like 60% with a Chiempao and they lived. So like,
oh my gosh,
what the fuck's
Yeah,
up
that
with
should have died.
Like it was Terra Steel, and I was like, what happened? Chiampel, what's going on, man?
he's going through it. Give him some time.
So like, yeah, getting like the weird like, oh, actually, my Calyrex is really fast, is really unfortunate. You just get like Glacial Lanced.
Yeah, I was supposed to one-shot it with foul play because it was at +1.
Yeah, I love building Cali Ice for tailroom teams. It just feels so good, being able to do well in both speed like altering states. That's why I want to run it, but also I feel like it is worse into other things. It's so hard to. We're still at that state where we don't have like near the end of Sword and Shield, we definitely had like 3 cores that you use, right? Maybe 4 or 5, but there were like 3 that everyone used, and it's rock paper scissors, and that happened at Ultra Series too. So because we're not at that point, everything's still kind of all over the place, and it's fun. But tournament prep is like so hard. Did y'all just like go with like what felt best, or did you like try and predict, like do meta predictions and stuff?
I
was doing a meta prediction.
I think I did as well, because I like the idea of taking the guy that everyone is underrating and then being like, actually, it's stupid broken.
Yeah, it's happened twice, so it's clearly a winning strategy. Well, it's so with this track record, Ho-Oh wins LA. So, just a heads up.
Oh, okay. Taking all the B tiers. What's next? Eternus is gonna win.
Yep.
I will say it's really worth noting that Terapagos has gotten second at the past 2 of them.
Yeah.
Terapagos is really fucking good. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we knew it was going to be good. It's the most balanced berry-ass Pokemon that we have at the moment.
Yeah.
So, like, the balanced berry farmers over in Europe are going to run it.
Yep.
That's me. I like balanced berry farmers. They farm berries.
I think something that's like different from like previous the one restricted single restricted format that we have is that the mons that we use aren't like explicitly losing to other things. Like obviously there's like what, like, because before we had like stuff like Yveltal is like hard losing to Calyrex, and like you'd struggle to do anything against those teams, or like Kyurga is beating whatever.
It's mostly Terra's fault, like, or not fault, but like Terra's benefit.
Yeah, it's like Terra's and stuff as well, and like the perfect example is like Cali Ice not explicitly losing to Cali Shatter all the time.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, it seems very, there doesn't seem to be as many like, just like explicitly hard losing matchups, because like, think about like Miraidon, it's like, Miraidon, because it's electric type, it might struggle against like Groudon, but you have a Draco Meteor that will just like destroy that thing, and it feels much less, I explicitly lose to you, and it's more like, okay, we both have like guns that we're about to pull the trigger. Like we both have guns, and we need to like, who can set up the gun the best to like get the kill.
Yeah.
The only other one I can really think of that we have now is like Terapagos and Cali Shatter, and even then Cali Shatter has like Nazi plus Psyshock stuff into it, like. And it's normally running with a fighting type like Mind Shell or Urshifu, and that's like really good into that. Like
fighting types, I think Iron Hands is good. Like just having a fighting type is just good, because there's not many things that resist it right now. I mean, you got Cali Shadow who's immune, but there's not many things that just resist a close combat. Not many switch-ins.
Yeah, it's like, I terrored my Incineroar into a Ghost type, or I have a Flutter Mane, or I just have like a Whimsicott or a Flying type.
Yeah. But like, I don't count Whimsicott as resisting things. It dies in 2 hits every time.
Yeah, Whimsicott has no resist.
He's like 0.5 of a grass type.
Well, yes, it is dual type.
Surging Strike. He won't fold the Surging Strike. That's it. No, I mean, like, he counts on the team as half a grass type. Not like that can't be your grass type, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, he's fairy grass.
At least in the like, I think what I say works in the sense that like you're using like a good restricted. Like I'm not like I'm not pulling up to the regional with fucking Eternatus who's about to get Draco Mediated to fucking hell. By like a Miraidon, or like gonna get like Psychic moved by a Calyrex, or Ice moved by a Calyrex. Or Calyrex.
Yeah.
I love that big bulbous stupid deer thing.
Like actually the only real one that I can think of right now is Kyogre struggling into like Miraidon teams, and it's like you still have options. Yeah. I mean they gave Lander a move specifically for Rain to do well into a, like.
That's a good point, actually. You think they planned that? I don't think they planned that, but it'd be funny if they did.
They didn't plan that. But it just so happened to work. It also means they can't follow me away ground moves with that Ergopon. But yeah.
Yarp!
Is silly. Although even then, Lander gets Draco Mediated and likely dies. But hey guys, maybe Miraidon's a bit strong, hey?
Yeah, maybe it's like it feels kind of good. I don't know. That might be like a bit of a hot take.
Might be a bit of a hot take, you know, considering everybody's putting it in a B tier. It's like people like 2 weeks ago. It's like, it's kind of strange.
You know, like I don't think we might be out of underrated guys at this point. I can't tell.
I think we just have an abundance of really good mons to use, and like for the most part, they're pretty even. And I feel like that's better than having the rock paper scissors of some of the formats, like.
Yeah.
Like Kyogre struggled against, like, Xerneas most of the time, because if they get a Geomancy up, it's like, what do you do?
Yeah. I remember stuff like that.
There's unless you have, like, another restricted to deal with, like, it feels a little bit more even this time around, even though there are instances where it isn't even, but... I don't know. I'm yapping. I just posted a GIF.
This fucking Garfield getting
GIF.
set on fire.
Yeah, it's like a hand puppet guy. It's I forgot what his name is. Ubi. He got like eyes on his hands, and he's talking to a Garfield, and then he sets him on fire with a blowtorch, and it says, "Keep yapping, buddy." That's me. I'm Garfield.
Continue yapping. Please continue yapping.
Yeah. Cool thing that happened recently. Well, I mean, MJ graduated.
Yippee!
And because of that, MJ started streaming.
Yes.
We did a stream yesterday.
Both of us started streaming.
And then I streamed. So, that's a thing that could potentially happen in the future more often.
I'm going to start streaming again. My finals are done in a week, and then I'm going to start streaming again. Very excited.
Oh, everyone's finishing up their stuff.
Thank God.
Almost.
I'm beginning my grind.
Continuing on the grind.
You have your subathon up soon as well.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
It starts tomorrow.
It does start tomorrow. Shit. That's crazy. I knew it was started on the 13th. I didn't realize it was the 13th today. Well, like the 14th. It's the 12th for you guys, but it's the 13th for me. I was like, interesting. That's gonna be fun. So
yeah,
I think I'm gonna release this app before the episode that we released last time, if at all, because it's been like 3 weeks since we recorded that, and I just haven't done anything with it, and reasons. So tune in to the Marcos Subathon and tune in to me and MJ streaming, because I want to do that more often.
And me too.
And Ash.
All of us.
We're all streamers now.
No,
everybody's streaming.
I'm still too far removed from the content loop. It's just how it be.
That even mean you go to school. That's all that means.
Yes, but so did you, and you were still involved in like so much shit.
No, I went to fucking clown school.
What?
Like, the past couple of years, I haven't been doing full course loads.
I'm barely doing full course loads.
Well, that's still infinitely more than I did. The past year, I was in one class each.
Okay, never mind. You're goat.
Yeah.
You know what that means? Michael thumbnails every day, all day.
Hell yeah.
He went to the clown school to learn how to honka.
I went to Jupiter and I got more stupid.
Me too.
I was on a
what you
date
were
last
saying.
week. And
Yeah,
we were watching a movie.
Yeah.
And I hit her with the, yo, my soda tastes funny. And then I did the fucking with the with the straw.
The clown juice.
Yeah, I hit her with that.
I went to McDonald's to get fucking soda. I mean, hit me with the clown juice.
They gave me clown juice.
They gave me clown juice, bro. Speaking of clowns, but not actually about clowns. It's more about because it's funny. Anyway, I got my payback. Smile. I'm so happy. I got my payback. So if you guys will remember, there was a part of the podcast where we talked about me playing Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh my god, yeah, this is hilarious.
No, I thought about this when I woke up. I was like, I'm so happy.
Yeah. So we MJ was streaming yesterday, and they were playing Perky Rogue, but then partway through the stream they got a bunch of viewers and a bunch of subs and stuff. And they're like, I still want to stream, but I don't want to play Perky Rogue. So they booted up the classic MJ Super Mario Bros. 1 stream, because what was the history behind that? Like, you did a stream with that and then you died to the 1-1 Goomba or something?
Highest viewed Twitch clip is me dying to the first Goomba ever.
Yeah, the first one that you encounter on level 1-1. So he was doing that, and for people who have watched episodes of the podcast before, you'll know about the time where I played Sonic Adventure 2 and I was stuck on the desert level, and I was eating shit pretty much. And MJ boots up the game and says, I'm gonna complete this level. And I've been playing the level for like 20 minutes, and MJ boots up the level on Dolphin and beats it before I do. And now I got my revenge, because he was trying to complete SMP1, and then I booted up SMP1 like an hour into like your stream, and then beat it. And then because we're all in call while he was streaming, and I said time, and I load up my capture card into the camera, and it's me like having beaten the entire fucking game. So
my favorite was when you were like, and time, and in
time.
that moment I knew exactly what you meant. I did. I was like, oh, that's so funny.
It was really funny because I beat the last level with 4 seconds remaining on the timer. I clutched the Bowser fight. I wanted to play it slow. It was crazy.
You're hype.
So, for more antics such as that, follow everyone. Stream. I want to play like Splatoon and stuff on stream. That's what I'll be doing most of the time. I might play Pokemon sometimes. Stream.
I'm doing. Go ahead.
What'd you say? What are you saying?
Oh, I'm doing Fortnite with James Evans, Jody, and Chuppa for the subathon.
Oh, that's good.
That's crazy.
We like Fortnite.
I don't know what to do for, like, you said that I could have a segment, but I don't know what I want to do, like, at all.
That's why I'm the content brain.
Well, my problem is that I'm addicted to something right now, and any idea that I have of that is literally to do with that, and I know you wouldn't want to play Splatoon, so it's like...
Yeah, I'm not buying Splatoon.
Yeah, I know. So, like, what else do I have? Oh, we use a Pokemon while we stream. What do you want from me? I can't do anything. I suggested before we do, like, a podcast episode, like, Route 1 podcast episode live, but... You said you're doing a bunch of podcast episodes while being live, so I'm not sure how.
Yeah, and I don't want it to just be podcast episodes while I'm streaming.
Yeah.
You're running out of things to talk about.
So, I don't know. I'll probably be around for, like, MJ segments. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna go live in his
Fucking it up.
walls.
I wrote
We're
down
gonna
some stuff.
do some live art. It's gonna be cool.
Damn it!
Oh,
Okay, well now I
shit.
can't do that idea.
No, you can do that. I make
You
art
can.
weird. Like I'm
You
different.
can. We can. Like, I'm down for multiple live art segments.
No, my bit was gonna be you have to draw a Pokemon from memory, like on MS Paint or something.
Yeah, see, that's incredibly different than what I'm doing. I'm like making thumbnails and shit. So
Oh, you're just
that
gonna
might-
do
that-
your job on stream.
See,
Yeah,
that might
and
just be,
vibe.
like, something we can all do together. Like, just us for draw Pokemon from memory.
yeah, I'm down for that.
Or, like, have more people come on even. Like, just have, like, a group of people do that as an idea. Like, that's
Yeah.
cool. I'll probably be harassing him anyway because it's like, Marcus, what do I do for video? Marcus, I need... You're not going to be able to write the script for next week. I'm pissed.
Yes, I will. I'm not streaming 24/7.
But it... Oh, okay. I was going to say, isn't it like a fucking subathon?
You know what? Normal people don't do 24/7 subathons. Like, it's not the norm anymore.
Thank God. You know, so my ideas were chat picks the shittiest mon they can think of and we have to build a team. Do a shiny race, stealing, drawing the Pokemon from memory. And see, Buddy said that I should explain the Three Houses discourse to you, which I don't think I should do.
We should explain the... Do you know FNAF stuff, sir? That's,
Oh my God.
We explain, like, a lore to Marcus. We
I
have PowerPoint
still-
presentation day where everybody brings a PowerPoint and we, like, present something to him.
Oh, I really want to do that, like, just in general in my life at some point, like maybe for my birthday. Or like
I've done that.
To have
I
a
had
party.
speed running tips to improve your speed runs.
Yes. That sounds fun. I think I still have the MS Paint photo from when I tried to explain the plot of Fire Emblem 4 to Michael. And there's one character that was like the source of everything. So I was, I had photos in MS Paint and I was drawing lines between people as I was explaining things. And there's like a billion circles around this asshole because everything led back to him. And it's really funny looking because it's just, there's little descriptions on it. There's like a little king that I drew over here. Someone got assassinated off the continent. They, whatever. And then circles and then a really tiny text next to him. It says fucker. Like that's...
Busted or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's really funny.
we could do us together explain to chat the FNAF lore because we already know it.
Yeah. Or like, either that or like find something to explain the lore about.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. So for the subathon, I'm using PokeAim numbers. He said I'd start with 8 hours and then 1 more minute for every sub we got. And that bro got 11,000 subs. And I'm like, oh, damn. So then I was like, all right, I'll just use your numbers. Why not? Let's see how far I can go. And I got like 2 comments that are like, you should do 10 minutes per sub. And I'm like, that's 6 subs per hour. Are you dumb? It's like, oh, well, maybe, why are you making content if it's just about making money? It's a subathon. That's the point.
That's the point of the thing, man. That's what the point of the mask is.
that's what the point of the mask. I feel like I haven't heard anybody say a joke like that for Urapon. And I'm glad, honestly.
I'm glad.
I'm happy. I'm happy about that. Nobody talking about masks and shit. And it's like...
Thank goodness. Ogrepon's masks are so cute. I'm if they have any kind of merch, like, because there's usually vendors who will sell the merch from Japan. If they have anything like that, I'm so screwed. I'm so...
When I say I'm masking, this is what I mean.
Yeah. That's a picture of Urgapon. Yeah.
Yep.
I suppose Cornerstone Urgapon popping up is like kind of cool. I mean,
It makes me so happy. That's my favorite
what-
design. That's my favorite Ogrepon.
It looks like one of the guys from Crash Bandicoot
Yeah.
named Uka Uka or something.
Brap Bandicoot.
I don't remember. There's a good one and there's a bad one. He's got like teeth.
Teeth.
That one's got teeth.
I want to point out, I've never played any like, N64, GameCube platformers, even like PlayStation 1 platformers. So when I heard about Scrimbo Blimbo from the lovable Scrungo from that old like PS1 platformer, it meant the world to me because I'm like, that's all of these characters. Banjo-Kazooie, Zack and Daxter, Sly Cooper, Crash Bandicoot, all of them are that to me.
That's fair. I also did not play very much during that era because I just didn't have a system. So, yeah.
That's also Sonic to me. I don't like Sonic.
Don't like Sonic. I mean, that's fair. I mean, like...
Low key, like, I thought that my
Sonic's
autism diagnosis was wrong for a while because I didn't like Sonic. I feel like that's like a prereq.
No, I don't think there's like anything...
TF2 is too, but I like TF2.
What?
Oh, I'm talking about like, I'm autistic and like I thought that the diagnosis was wrong because I didn't like Sonic, but I did like TF2, so it made me question.
I see, yeah.
Sort of like trains, it's like the train stereotype. Like Sonic and TF2 are also on that list.
You like Pokemon. Pokemons are like one of those things. Like you don't...
Yeah.
It's like, it's not you have to have all of them, it's like you have to have like 2 or 3 of like 15. Not even 2 or 3. You gotta have like you know what I mean? There's a list, and if you can cross off several of them, you're there. That's how.
There's like a joke that like autism testing, it doesn't matter what your answers are, it's just to see how many complaints you have during.
Yeah. Which is so strange.
Dude.
That's not actually true, but it is funny. Like
what's crazy is like I actually got frustrated when I like went to get diagnosed for ADHD. Like I was given like tests to go through, and I was frustrated at like the wording of some of the questions. It was literally the same question but like repeated, or like it was really vague, so it's like I couldn't give... It's like, well, like I feel like there's nuance here, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, maybe I do have autism and ADHD.
Whenever you ask for like clarification, and it's like, asking for clarification is a sign of autism, and I go, so like neurotypical people will just answer?
Yeah, no, that's not how that's not how that works.
No, but what is it? One of them, like, they asked me like, hey, what do 2 and 7 have in common? And I'm like, they're both numbers. They both have like a slight curve to their shape.
He's talking about typography. It's over.
Yeah, I was just like, I mean, 2's even and 7's odd. They're both factors in 14. Like I was just like trying to think of everything.
If you flip it upside down, 7 and they both have like the flat bottom.
I should have just like gone all in. I should have like maxed out my stat there. I should have been like 7's a bad number and 2's like a really happy number. When I see 2, I feel really comfortable. Like I should have maxed out that stat.
I was like, I see 7 and I'm like, ew, what the fuck is that number? That's like too much. 2's perfect amount.
Yeah.
2, I know how to multiply by 7. I don't know what the fuck that number is.
I like multiplying by 9s because I can just do the very easy.
I remember I hit them with like they're both prime numbers. I
don't know.
My favorite question that they asked me was basically they're like, all right, so this was during the IQ test, right? Because they have you take an IQ test. IQ is made up and dumb. They asked me fun facts during the IQ test. I'm just gonna throw that out there, right?
Uh-huh.
But what ended up happening is they're like, how long does it in the middle of all of these fun facts? They go, how long does it take for light to travel from the sun to the Earth? And I go,
8 minutes.
Okay. And I didn't know it off the top of my head, right? So I went, okay, so the speed of light's 3 times 10 to the 8th meters per second.
Oh, so you backward? That's crazy.
The Earth is, and I couldn't remember like the amount of like meters. I was like, I think it's like 4.5 billion, or not billion. I was like trying to figure out like the number of like kilometers it was from the Earth. And I was like doing the math, and I was only like a couple of seconds into doing the math. Not billion. What am I saying? No, it's not billion kilometers. But yeah, I was like doing the math in my head, and the person was just like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm calculating it out." And she was like, "What?" And I'm like, "I have a physics degree." And she goes, "We're just gonna say you got it right."
What? Like, what expect you to do?
Yeah, I was like, am I just supposed to know?
Yeah, it's 8 minutes, right?
All right, so how does that affect my IQ?
It doesn't. IQ test is
Yeah,
bullshit.
that's what I'm saying. IQ tests are dumb.
Yeah.
They asked me like who wrote Hamlet, and like I answered, I was like, oh, that was Shakespeare. And then I like straight up said like, why do IQ tests ask you like fun facts? Like I feel like that's not like a thing. And she was like, I don't know.
she doesn't even know.
Yeah.
I feel like you say like you'll be like, why do IQ tests like ask me like these weird like questions about stuff, and she like secretly like pulls out her
checks off like the autism box,
like checks off something or like scribbles something down.
That was the real
like,
test.
I don't know, man, it's crazy.
That was the real test right there.
And the piece of paper that she's holding doesn't have the questions on it. She's just writing stuff down.
It's a drawing of me.
Yeah, she's just trying really hard to draw you.
She's just drawing me, and then she like turns it around. It's like a really like goofy caricature of me with the word autism and 3 like pointing arrows.
In crayon.
And this is your certificate.
Yeah.
Diagnosis obtained.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I wish I had a caricature drawn of me.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. They're always so mean.
Do you have image issues? You're gonna have more.
Well, I
before
meant,
I graduated,
as the autism, like, oh, you have autism.
Autism
Here's a
creature.
picture of you, and I'm like, ugh. Okay, that'd be funny.
they so my school did like they paid a guy to come in that did caricature drawings, like the really quick sketch gesture ones.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in line with a whole bunch of my friends. We got through there, and I was like, damn, they fucked y'all up. They made them like triangle shaped faces and everything. You know what I'm talking? One of them looked like the grandma from Looney Tunes. I was like, that's so funny. They gave
made
me
you guys
mine,
look
and
like
I was
Clarence.
like, no, but so they give me mine, and I was like, why do I not look different? Like, why does it just look like a portrait? What the fuck?
This is where we find out like cartoon characters are like real. Like, you know, there's like movies like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, or like there's a TV show that I grew up watching called Roy, where it's like there's like a cartoon character, like they're 2D, but they're just like interacting with regular people. That's MJ. And
Isn't that Son of Zor?
Sorry?
There was like a Fox TV show called like Son of Zor, and it was like that. It was a family drama, but one of the characters was just a cartoon.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, okay. And then MJ is one of those people, so he just like drew you, and it just turned out okay.
Down to be called the Son of Zor. That shit is powerful.
That does sound.
This is completely off topic, by the way, but I was thinking about this the other day. I looked at myself in the mirror,
right,
and I gave myself a nice quick front double bicep, as you do.
You know,
I'm big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like I'm not huge. I'm big.
is there a difference?
Yeah, if you're huge, you got like rippling muscles and stuff. But when you're big, you go, damn.
I'm big. So
yeah.
I see. I don't know. Stuff has just been going up for y'all, and it makes me very happy.
I've been on a hot streak. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We out here living, yeah, and you are out here on demon time, but we love that for you. So.
I want work. Where's my script, Marcos?
You have 4 to 6 outstanding projects. Get them done.
Yes, I have to make you shorts.
What do you mean, give me work? You're not done. You're not done with the old work.
Welcome to ego death. Population, me and Baylynn.
Yeah. Dude, I get sent a message like I'll send you a script tomorrow and the audio. I'm busy. Like, he's been moving, so it's fine. Like, I understand. But he's like, oh yeah, I'll send you a script tomorrow.
Yeah, tonight I literally have to like do the entire video myself. Because I'm not gonna make Baylynn do it. But I still want the video. So I was like, okay, Marcos, time to lock in.
Yeah. And then I wake up the next morning to see the message. Never mind. I've got to lock in and do it myself. I've got a date tonight, and I'm like, I sent a message to MJ, and I'm like, we got to talk to him, bro. We got to tell him.
No, you said something different. You said we got to cut it off. We got to cut his dick off.
No. Because you replied, "Let my man goon. It's a phase trust." And I replied, and then I say, "No gooning. Cut it off with a pair of garden shears."
Jesus.
Were you making fun of my dating life?
No, I'm validating it. Let's say.
I'm fine with it.
She's not.
No. Okay, it's at the end, like, being real. It's okay. I don't mind. It's just that, like, when I wake up and I'm like, it's been like the third time plans have changed because I was like, I'm not getting a video, but I'm getting a video, but I'm not getting a video. Now I'm doing YouTube shorts. It's like,
To be fair, you had been doing YouTube shorts.
yeah. Like, again, I don't have an issue with it. It's just funny that it's like this shit's been changing. And I'm like, "Urgh." But not real frustration, just like funny frustration. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no. Like because that day I was streaming and I was like really productive, and then I was just like, all right, time to get this script done, and then I realized I had to drive to the drive-in and also pick up my date, and I'm like, oh, I have to leave now, actually.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I can't write this script, so I have to do the entire video myself. But I know I can get this video done in one night because I already have a ton of footage. And I was like, okay, easy.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's the accuracy one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
It's not accuracy, it's about evasion.
Cool. Different side of the same coin. Smile. Yeah.
It's basically
Yeah.
the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's about hitting moves and not hitting moves and explosion. Anyway,
I'm
think
glad that. Oh, sorry. You go.
No, you go. Yeah.
I was just gonna say I'm glad that we have plenty of spread moves that are accurate. Shout out to Gold Trace. Shout out to all of these things. Because
Shout out Overheat Chiyu.
Fish barrage.
Oh.
You'll see with Judy's stream. I didn't watch the full finals match, but as soon as I watched like the qualifier to see that it was going to be Zamazenta versus Terapagos, I was like, okay, Zam wins, easy.
Yeah, like that was just a given.
I was just like, oh man, that sucks. So I was able to skim through it before we recorded, but I think Chiyu missed something on the Terapagos team, and Judy opened up like one of those petition websites, and it was to give Chiyu a 100% accurate base 150 power fire move called Fish Barrage. And so that's the solution.
I would love Fish Barrage. Give it to me. Give me the move.
No Fish Barrage.
Fish.
That's
Thank you
some
for
shit
watching,
you find
everybody.
in Pokerogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about it. Zamazenta won though. Shout out.
Zamazenta won.
We will talk a lot more about Zamazenta later on. I have a lot of stock in that guy winning a lot more games than he currently is.
I agree.
Miraidon, what's crazy is that, like, Miraidon probably does really well into that guy as well.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. I mean, it's a resisted hit, and most of them do run Rillaboom, so they might have a chance. Or at least I feel like they should be running Rillaboom on Zamazenta teams. I don't remember the full 6.
Wait, resisted? What's resisting what?
Does Steel not resist electric?
No.
What?
No, it
doesn't. Insane?
I don't blame you, Magnezone. I don't blame you, Magnezone.
Oh, that's probably what I'm thinking of. What? Steel doesn't...
Electric resist steel.
Oh, I had them backwards. Okay, no, it's not my fault. I had them backwards.
Electric Drift obliterates that motherfucker.
It's not my fault. I'm just stupid.
Your Honor, I claim dumb.
Yeah, Your Honor. My client was simply standing on business.
A good way to check, like mentally check that, is think, okay, have I ever switched out Corviknight because Tapu Koko was gonna kill it?
Oh, like Reggie Lucky. Oh.
Yeah.
Anything. Celesteela Tapu Koko.
True.
Yeah.
I'm choking on my water in the episode.
Bye.
No, we gotta thank the Patreons, brother. Also, I like that, somebody was running Terra Ground Scarf Chi, so Miraidon could click Discharge next to it. It's very funny.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if you click Discharge next to your, like, non-immune Pokemon, that's Abuse and Team Plasma's coming for you. If you let your Whimsicott die to Discharge, you should be, locked up.
Thank you to Crazy Carlton, Shrev, Al Nalin, Plumber, Professor Germs, and Twinley for subscribing to the Patreon, as well as everybody else. We are on a
So
cruise.
is this gonna be its own episode?
No. I think it's going to be amended onto another episode. Hi, welcome
Hi.
to the Rat One podcast.
There are only two.
There are only two of us.
Everyone else has spontaneously combusted. We are here.
All they will regenerate in some amount of time.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm putting this at the end of an episode or at the start of an episode. It'd make more sense to be at the start of an episode, surely.
Yeah, because this is the more recent stuff. This is we're here June 1st after LA Regional. Japan International is going on right now. There's a special event in Italy happening right now. Italy, right?
Yeah, in
Bolog.
It's like it's spelt like bolognese, but it's like Bologna. How do we pronounce that? Is it Bologna?
Bologna. It does look like it's supposed to be spelled bologna.
That
is very silly.
Bolognese sauce might be from Bologna. Bologna is from France. Bologna is an Italian city. How do I pronounce that? Pronunciation.
Yes.
Bologna.
It's literally bologna. Okay, awesome.
Bolognese. Is that
Bolognese?
Bolognese. I'm sorry to literally everybody ever. This is horrible. This is the worst way to start a podcast.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
But yeah,
we've got stuff.
We have things to talk about. Ash went to LA Regionals. Whoa.
Yes. I'm scrolling back up through the topics channel because I wrote down shit that happened because I don't want to forget.
There was a list.
There was a list. So I know that shout out to Dewabafet for posting the entire fucking game crashing the first round of the live stream. With the hashtag play Pokemon, which I thought was a very nice addition.
Yeah.
I would love to have him back on again. I know he's a more technical person. We've done a collab episode with him before, and it was really cool. I know he's a more like technical math person, but I wonder if he has like input on the games themselves and the programming. I don't really know if that's his area of like expertise of like why they chug, but it would be neat to get his perspective. Anyway, that happened. For anyone on Twitter, the morning of LA Regional, y'all know that was a fucking shit show.
That was hilarious. I was watching that live.
Oh my god. I felt so terrible because two of my friends, one of which is who TOs our SoCal locals sometimes, was judging there that day, and then also our other SoCal TO was judging, but like not on the floor. He was like managing tech stuff, I think, or like like team checks and printing match slips and whatnot. He was on that end. I am so sorry for y'all because it was awful. I'm gonna for anyone who doesn't really know what was going on, I'm gonna give this is my time to give this is story time now, where for the full rundown. So, anyone who's been to a regional before, we start off 8:30. You have to be in your seat for check-in. You're handed your team sheet. You have to look over your team sheet, make sure everything's right.
Yep.
Judges, whoever's managing it gives you a whole overview. This is how you set up. This is how you battle with somebody. Everyone make sure everyone's all set. And then we get started. 9:30 round time start, right? Yep. Good system. 9 o'clock comes around. They say VGC Masters, start your battles. And everybody instantly raises their hand.
I can imagine it.
You can see it in your mind's eye.
I've seen rounds that have gone like that, where everyone's just like immediately hands go up.
Yes. I was very lucky to go to the first Sword and Shield regional in San Diego. I've been to 3 Scarlet and Violet. I've been to 3 Scarlet and Violet regionals. 1 in San Diego, it was Fresno. Oh no, I did Sacramento too. Never mind, 4. San Diego was the first one for Sword and Shield. Oh my god, Scarlet and Violet. Jesus Christ. This is the fly fish all over again. That's a different story. But so when we were there, when I was there, the very first one, Regulation A, size spam, mouse ape, thumbs up, doing great. We had a similar problem. Everyone raised their hand because no one knew what was going on. Because it was a lot harder to connect than it was with Sword and Shield because they added the extra step of going into a union circle. That way there weren't, 500 people trying to connect via, just direct connection. The union circle kind of, isolates you and your opponent. So there's less connection issues. In theory, right? Yeah. It doesn't work when you can't get in the union circle in the first place. When that happened, everyone rose their hand. I think we were delayed maybe 15, 20 minutes max. Eventually, everyone got down. Okay, this is the steps that you do. And then I found out later regionals printed the connection settings on the back of the team sheet, which was really convenient. Just because there were some people who didn't know, and it feels better to read instructions than to have different people explain it to you in different ways, right?
Yeah.
No, okay. So that, we started maybe 9:30 at the latest there, right? Back to LA, okay? Present day, a couple weeks ago, or a week ago. 9:30, still nothing. Nothing. Everyone's still trying to connect. We've took our switches off. That we were told to. Some people had gotten into a game. Some people played game 1. It was good for them. Yep. They were able to play game 1. We got an announcement around 9:30-ish saying that if you're in the middle of a game, finish it and then undock your Switch. Record that game. That game is happening, right? It has happened.
Yep.
Everyone else, go ahead and undock your Switch, turn it off. Shut it all the way down. Okay, cool. We go around, everyone finishes their game, all the switches are off, they do a full reset. What we think they're doing is a full reset of the LAN and the power connection, just everything on and off again. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Everyone puts their... we're done. VGC Masters, please reconnect your switches. Try again. We're like, okay, sweet. Some people are getting on. Some people aren't. Shit. Okay, it's still not working. After the redock announcement was made, the funniest fucking interaction ever was... Video Game Masters, if you are still not connected, please raise your hand. Every fucking buddy raises their hand. The people I think who had played games previously were now not able to connect anymore.
That's crazy.
Everyone raises their hand and everyone goes, woo! Yeah, we start clapping.
Yippee!
Yippee! Yahoo! And the guy in the mic goes, thank you, Video Game Masters, for your participation in this activity. It was really funny. Yeah. We ran around until it's 9:50, almost 10-ish. And we eventually get it's been another 20, 30 minutes. We've been sitting here doing nothing. I'm having a great time. Shout out to the people around me. I was talking with y'all. I think I met up with a couple of them later in the day just to say hi. They're all great. We were chilling. People were getting up and starting to walk around. It felt like I don't know how, I don't know, maybe some people are still in high school or have been in high school recently, but it felt like when a test finishes in a class that no one gives a shit about and everyone just starts getting up when they're done and walking around and talking to their friends, right? That's what it felt like. It was very nostalgic. It was a nice nostalgic feeling. It gets to, you know, about like 9:50-ish or like 10 o'clock, close to it. And we hear, not 9. It's been a while. I think it was around 10:50 actually, because the next announcement, VGC Masters, everyone like holds their breath like, oh shit, you have a lunch break. Please return at 11:20. We'll go, fuck! Because they had announced initially, you have X, you know, amount of entrants. We would be playing 9 rounds of Swiss. No lunch break. Juniors and seniors get a lunch break at this time. Juniors and seniors have to get a lunch break like per law. Those are minors. Give them food, please. And some of them are like 10 years old, right? 9 years old. So that makes sense. But we were all like, we were kind of expecting no lunch break when you get up to high numbers, which is great. Shout out, enough people for 9 rounds of Swiss day 1. Hell yeah. But yeah, no lunch break. And then they announced lunch break after we had not started round 1. And the whole time everyone was really stressed, like, oh god, they're gonna do best of 1, or they're just gonna null all the, you know, everyone who hasn't played just gets a bye, and it's like, freaking out. We all meet up and like have a laugh about it. It was really funny. There was also shout out Anthony for saying he listens to the podcast. Hi Anthony, I hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
So what happened after that? We got back on and were able to play, you know, we were chilling. We were doing pretty good. Mm-hmm. So we go through the rounds. Everyone's still like talking about the rumor starts that we do rounds 8 and 9 the next day. And everyone's like, ugh, I don't want to do that. Because most of the people I'm talking to, we're all homies. I'm not part of that SoCal clique that's all the, like, people who top cut everything. Y'all are really cool. I would love to hang out with you more. But I know I'm not as good. I had a great conversation with Riley. I had a great conversation with Gavin before they banned him for a year. But, you know, they're great people.
Gavin Michaels, yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for him to come back because he seems like a really cool guy to talk to. Anyway, it is, I think around maybe 6, 5-ish, maybe 4, 5, 6, that kind of area. We get an announcement of rounds 8 and 9 will be played the next day.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Like,
yeah, and
you're still playing at 6 p.m. Like, goddamn.
Yeah,
like
I think everyone finally started leaving around 8 o'clock. Like 8:30, I remember, is when we were all going to go get dinner.
Right.
So we probably most rounds probably ended around like 7:39 or 7:30 to 8, and it was like, oh, we were tired. I felt worse for the judges because, oh my god, but we had to come back. 7:45 in the morning was check-in time. With a start goal of 8 o'clock. So because of the delay, we had to get there earlier than people who would have been playing in day 2. In day 2, I think you still get there 8:30, start at 9. But everyone made day 2. Woo!
It's a trade, the trade deal. You get late day 1, but everyone gets day 2.
Exactly.
Like,
it was really funny because I made a tweet just saying what was going on, and one of my friends replied like, "Don't worry, everyone's gonna make day 2 because round 1 won't start till day 2." I'm like, haha, yeah. And then guess what? we all decided that if we got a win by a bye or a no-show, we won the mental battle of showing up the next day. And then shout out to everyone who just dropped and didn't show up. I respect y'all because I was tired. Oh my god. But I was able to meet, I was able to meet some really nice players. I played someone with a Giratina team who was really cool. I played a lot of crazy teams. Lots of new people to the scene also, which was very, very cool to see. I hope y'all come back. If you were in LA Regionals, I don't think, damn it, I didn't shill the podcast. I didn't want to seem like that guy. Yeah, I'm on a podcast with Moxie Boosted, you know?
Yeah, no, you're You have to be very careful not to be that person in a.
I don't want to be that person.
Where you're like, yeah, I have a podcast. It's like,
yeah, I have a podcast. You should like follow it.
Okay, visual the context of you're in LA.
Yeah,
way it's like way worse actually.
In LA makes it so much worse. Oh my god. But yeah, so we woke up. I woke up at 7. I had to check out of my hotel too, so I had everything, like all my clothes and stuff, in my backpack. So I was carrying around a really big backpack the whole day, which was kind of a pain. But I ended up hanging out with my homie Skays. We got udon in Little Tokyo at the end of it, and we got to watch finals, which is a whole thing in itself. But yeah, the staying in a hotel for a regional, definitely the play. I cannot, or like an Airbnb or something like that. I cannot recommend it enough. It is very nice. I was able to find a hotel right along the metro line, and it goes through Union Station, Little Tokyo, my hotel, and then the convention center. So I was able to go to the like Asian grocery store in Little Tokyo and buy a bunch of like onigiri that was, 20% off because it was right before closing. And then that was my breakfast. It was great.
Hype. That's so good.
But yeah, that was the big thing. Calyrex finally won something. It went from like 13% Calyrex Ice usage, day 1, or like 13% out of like all the restricteds you could pick, I think is what that stat is. And then day 2 it was up 21%. If I remember correctly, Cali Shadow still won the whole thing, but I'm glad that a Calyrex won, right? It was funny to have a Calyrex v Calyrex final match. All of the games were really cool. The Zacian, that was in top 4, I believe. Really neat set. I like that a lot. Like, it got nerfed. That doesn't make it a bad Pokemon by any means.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely people are like finally starting to like experiment with stuff. Like, I mean, in the age of Zamazenta, like it makes sense that Cali Shatter kind of won because of like, Zamazenta has been popping off, so it's like, oh, I'm going to use special attacker to kill you. And like, unless they're clicking like Behemoth Bash or like Heavy Slam into you, which also does negligible damage, it's not like able to deal with Calyrex very well. Also, it just makes sense. It's meta where Calyrex is less dealt with means Calyrex gets to come out to play and be like, silly horse.
Yeah, this regional, LA especially, I think was a really great showing of we're at that branching off point where everyone's getting out of their like, the fact that every regional so far a different restricted has won is really telling. It really shows how much like just it's pretty spread out how good the mons are. I don't think there's not one that's very centralizing. It felt like last game it felt like Calyrex's and Zacian were very, very central. Calyrex Shadow especially. But then, when it came down to it, Lunadon and London won the whole thing. So I think that as we go into Worlds, it's going to be a lot of variety. And then what will, God, I hope, a double restricted format post-Worlds will be a fuck ton of variety. Because I think double restricted definitely lets you use the quirkier restrictors. It lets you use the Dialgos and Palkias and Garatinas. And Groudon gets better. Lunala gets better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think of it like picking your Mega in like Sun and Moon or S era. Like, I can only Mega Evolve one Pokemon, and it would be fun to use Mega Beedrill and like one-shot Ultra Necrozma, or it would be fun to use, I don't know, Mega Audino and just be a bulky blob, right? But why would I do that when I can just have a Kangaskhan that can kill things with like Fake Out?
Yeah.
Why would I
have a Kangaskhan,
right?
have a Salamence, have a Charizard Y, like
have a Charizard Y. Like they're just objectively better options when you have one. When you have the option for two, there's a lot more wiggle room for what you can do, and there are some pairs that will be better than just mashing the two high speed, high attack guys together.
Yeah. Zamazenta has been winning stuff, but I totally think that guy's gonna get way better once you have 2 restricteds.
I totally agree.
Like, Zamazenta plus, like, Caloric Shatter is something that I thought about, because, like, so the issue with single restricted is that, a lot of the Pokemon have, like, some of them use, like, support moves, or, like, they're supposed to be, like, this sort of big button where you do, like, a bunch of damage and you bulk everything out and sort of stuff, and Zamazenta can definitely do that, but stuff like Lunala and, like, Hoa, like the lower tier guys who want to be doing like some support stuff, but like not really, but don't do as much damage as something like a Kyogre or a Calyrex or a whatever Miraidon. It's like it's less worth it. So like stuff like Lunala who wants to like run Wide Guard, or like Zama who also wants to run Wide Guard, but it doesn't because it's just better to run Body Press, Iron Defense, Coverage, Protect. In this restricted, duo restricted format, you'll be able to do that sort of stuff. It's like, I've heard people talk about running Will-O-Wisp on their Caloric Shatter, which is technically very good, and I won't discredit how good that is, because, like, running Burn on anything that's fast is just really good, just to deal with the guys. But that means also, in that same turn, where you could have been clicking Astral Barrage or Nasty Plot or anything else, you're not clicking it. You're using a turn to burn the opponent, instead of doing the big damage that you're supposed to be doing. Whereas in a duo restricted format, in a like GS Cup format, you can run Calyrex with Will-O-Wisp because you can have the other guy be the one that's doing damage. Or like it isn't like you're giving up your one, like you're not giving up your queen in this like
that's a good way to put it.
In this like situation, you're not like potentially giving up your queen by making it do like a supportive thing. It's like making a defensive play with like with your queen to like protect a rook or something. I don't know. It's like it doesn't really make sense. Either like it kind of makes sense, but it doesn't really make sense. But when you have 2 queens, it's like, well, you can use one of those queens to bait out the other queen, and it's like I don't play chess.
No. I get you have this very centralizing piece, and I met a lot of, and I got my ass kicked by a lot of new players, which was really, really cool, because talking to them and hear their like experience, like when I mentioned, it'll probably be double restricted after Worlds, they all of them were like, oh god, that seems like so much more stressful and so much more complicated. Honestly, I think single restricted is so much more confusing and hard to play and hard to build for than double restricted. Like in double restricted, you have so much more, I guess, leeway, because I'll use Zamazenta as an example again. If you're running a Zom team, most of the time, all of your other Pokemon are focused on supporting Zom because it's this bulky setup. You know, once he gets set up, he just steamrolls, right?
Yeah.
If you have double restricted, you can take some of that pressure off because you don't need to put all of your effort into setting up Zamazenta. You can if you want to, if you have a good position, but let's say you have Zamazenta, Caloric Shadow, like you were saying, I could have the offensive pressure of Cali Shadow, so I'm getting kills. I'm not just doing damage reduction. I'm not just clicking Fake Out with Incineroar and Rillaboom. I'm not just doing, X, Y, and Z. I am pressuring damage and getting kills, while at the same time, while they're trying to play defensive to get around my Cali Shadow, my Zamazenta's clicking Iron Defense. Well, shit, now he's set up. Now they both have offensive pressure, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it I don't know, it plays different, and I'm glad that we're seeing this creativity ahead of time with the single restricted, because I don't know, I'm excited because that means that once we get double restricted, there's gonna be so much more. Like, we have, I think, what is it? So we have the new Palkia and Dialga forms, which I will count. I don't care, I'm coping. Both the lizards. Yeah, they're new. Both the lizards and Terapagos. That's 5 new restricteds. Just between those 5, that's a bunch of combinations that you can do, right? in addition to new mons like Raging Bolt, Farigiraf, Ursaluna that feel like restricteds in their own right.
Yeah.
I don't fucking Dondozo. Shout out Kenzo. I have no clue if you watch this goddamn podcast. You went 6'3", 77th place with Dialga Origin and Dozogiri, and you had fucking Stealth Rocks on you, Dialga. You're insane, and I respect that. Like, I'm scrolling through, there were multiple Annihilapes. I got my ass handed to me by a Sableye Screens Annihilape team with a Comfey, and then just Miraidon to clean up, right? Imagine doing that, but with a Zamazenta with Iron Defense or Bulk Up. Or Howl, even, right?
Yeah.
Coaching. Even I fought a coaching Groudon with Mienshao with coaching, and that completely stumped me. I also fought a Rabska Golem team. I have your name written down. I don't have my notes on you, but shout out to you. I love Rabska. It's very funny. Just quick side tangent. My friend Curious Cleffa, love her to death. We're talking between rounds, and she's like, I got my ass handed to me by a Rabska team. That was terrible. I hate that. And I'm like, oh, is it the one with the golem? It's like, yeah, the one with the golem. The one that explodes infinitely. Golem clicks explosion. Rabska has telepathy, so it doesn't get hit by the explosion. The same golem goes down, and ideally the other two Pokemon go down. Rabska gets Revival Blessing off. You have a new golem that can just click explosion again, and all 4 Mons back, right? I know this strat because I love Rabska. If there's a Rabska team, I've heard of it. I love Marcos's Rabska. I love the explosion. So I was able to avenge her, and it was a very proud moment for me. I think we were talking about like confidence and like how going into a tournament, like how your mindset can affect how you play. I don't know what the fuck happened, but as soon as I had like that notion of like I could avenge Cleffa, it was like locked into my brain like I need to win this game. I guess that's what I need to start doing. I need to win games by like just, you know, I need to avenge someone. I need to send a message. I don't know. But yeah. LA is really creative, and double restricted is not only going to be easier to build because there will be like set like pairs. We're going to start getting cores again. I started with that kind of metagame. Sun, Moon, and Ultra series were very core centric. And then it was finding ways to break through specific cores or make adjustments or make a new core entirely that relied on itself. I like that kind of team building. I like getting that kind of synergy together. And restricteds have the ability to do that with the weather setting and the unnerve and even pressure stalling, I feel like is viable with things like Electro Drift and Collision Course being low PP moves. Water Spout too. I think P-Blades and Origin Portal are like 10 PP. But for moves like that, you could theoretically stall it out. It's 4 turns. You need to, you know, and I don't know. It's cool. I love variety. Like, I'm scrolling through, I'm seeing Eternatus, I'm seeing a lot of Miraidon, I'm seeing Zamazenta, I see the Zacian, I see Kyurem White, I see Dialga, like I said, I fought a Giratina, just, I don't know, just a lot of variety. It doesn't feel like one restricted was more common than the other, and even in the top 8, like, Calyrex, in the top 8 restricteds day 2, Calyrex Ice was at 21%, yeah, but Miraidon was at 18, Koraidon was at 10, Zom was at 10, Calyrex Shadow was 9.09, 9.09 for Terapagos too, right? Like, they're all still kind of even, usage-wise.
I mean, like, there's obviously some a little bit more than others, but, like, there's still a lot of, like, it's a lot spread out between them. It's crazy that Kyogre isn't on this graphic and Groudon is. That's
right.
That's day 2, but that makes sense actually. But...
No, it was really funny because day one, the last 2 Pokemon are Kyogre at 8.24%, and then Groudon at 3.49. We go. Those were the last 2 in the top 8 most used restricted, right? We go to day 2, and it's Zacian at 7%, and Groudon at 3. Still, it's like the dog ate the fish. What happened to Kyogre?
Groudon remains at about the same percentage, so it's like, did the Groudons like did the Groudons, just all the Groudons make it to day 2 or something? Like, what's going on here?
I don't know. I think that they're just, like, it's a solid Pokemon. I don't know if it was, like, I don't know. I was watching, I think it was the special event in Germany, in Stockholm. Was that Germany or was that somewhere else? Am I insane?
Stockholm? That's Sweden.
Sweden. It was Sweden, yes. So the one in Sweden. I saw that the finals was going to be Terapagos versus Zom, and I was like, okay, Zom wins. Like, it's a very matchup dependent. I was seeing some people talk about how, or I saw at least one person tweet that they had their, like, group of maybe 4 or 5 people all running the same team, and they had insanely different performances. Like, they're all on pretty much the same skill level, all the same team, insanely different records because of what they got paired into was also extremely varied. With another thing with single restricted is that it's very hard to recover from a bad matchup because you're putting almost all of your energy into this one tool that is very good. If your opponent has a good matchup into that tool, then you just kind of crumble. It's possible to work around. I saw the Cali Ice beat the Cali Shadow, the first game of the finals, but it's a losing matchup and it sucks. It's difficult. It's hard. Like, it's not just a, like, okay, well, you need to play better. You are actively on the back foot. And you either have to get very good predictions, or your opponent has to fumble, or you have to get good luck. Sometimes that can be what's necessary to win games, and I don't like that. I don't like having to rely on just, like, hoping that the specific little plan that they won't notice will work out. So yeah, that's another reason I'm excited for dual restricted, is because it'll help balance that out.
There's less of that. Also, there's, like, it's good what we're seeing still, that, like, variety of restricted Pokemon, even in single restricted now, because often like, a Pokemon's, like, strategy is shut down by non-restricted Pokemon very easily. Like, like, though, there's, like, Cali Shadow kind of struggles against, like, Farigiraf, Ursaluna stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously it, like, can adapt to that, but like, I think that's sort of part of why Cali Shadow wasn't really being used for a bit, because people are running normal types all over the place, but
yeah,
especially in the lower tier Pokemon, like, I'm trying to think of one, like, Lunala is kind of rough to play. You gotta run it in a very weird way, like, I don't know, it's a lot of, or even, like Eternatus. Like, Eternatus, you struggle to play Eternatus mostly because, like, most of the good stuff right now is base 135s. That guy's are only base 130 speed, and you gotta just explode, and all they gotta do is get Tailwind up and if your only way of getting speed control is also Tailwind, it's like, what do you do, sort of thing.
That was the problem with my Koraidon team.
Happy
is I needed more speed
everyone.
control. The way to counter Zacian, my brain, Miraidon, was to get the speed advantage. And if you just match Tailwinds, then, it's still down to 50-50s, and they just have more offensive they can one-shot you cannot one-shot it. Was really what it came down to.
So, that's something that can only really be made up by another restricted. Like, I have, my biggest example is Calyrex Shatter, because Calyrex Shatter, especially without, like, terrestrialization, is, like, kind of, being a Ghost Psychic type is kind of like, because it's like, there's a Dark type on the side of the field. What am I, it's an Incineroar, guys, what do I do? And, like, normal types as well, particularly, because normal types popped off this gen for some reason.
Yeah, it makes me so happy.
You have Terapagos, although that... secret sauce. If you choose to run like Nasty Pot Side Shock, what do you call it? Caloric Shatter, you actually do really well into Terapagos.
Yeah.
And then like stuff like, well, I mean, Smeagol's back. We haven't seen. That's actually something I need to investigate. Smeagol with a Caloric Shatter is something that we haven't gotten before.
Yeah. I've seen
Smeagol is popping up more recently as well, which is kind of insane to think about.
It's been kind of like just popping up here and there, but yeah, we have that. We have P2. You want to know what I got whooped by? I did a side event that was best of one closed sheet, and a Pori got a P2 Terra Fairied in front of me and hit me with Terra Blast, and I just melted.
Oh yeah,
my Koraidon. And I was like,
yeah,
what the fuck? I didn't even think that's another thing. Special attacking normal types like Terapagos just gets its exclusive move, but Farigiraf and P2 love Terra Blast because they get stab on it no matter what.
Yeah, Farigiraf has been doing that as well. I think I think you said that. It's like the Terra Ground Terra Blast thing with the Miraidon team, and that sort of leads me into the other normal types. Like Farigiraf is like really good. I think Farigiraf is going to be like one of the all-time best Pokemon in like general, because Psychic Normal is a really good typing. Its ability is like fucked up, and having the ability to set Trick Room, imprison Trick Room, and then also being like support in Helping Hand, and like then you don't have like your offensive stats aren't bad, especially for like the role that you play. Like base 110 special attack, like
that's not bad. That's
it's
Incineroar's 120 attack.
Like even without terrestrialization, this guy's pretty good. It's going into the Gen 9 Hall of Fame. Then you have stuff like Ursaluna and Ursaluna Blood Moon. Like Blood Moon Ursaluna is, like you said earlier, it's another restricted. It's just it is insane. Like it does insane damage. It like can Terra to do even more damage, and you have a ghost type to resist my moves? No. No, not allowed. And then it's also a ground type, so it's like, you resist my normal type moves, I hit you with earth power instead. Yep. It's like, okay, cool.
Steel types still have to be scared of it. It's just a monster. Like, there's so many good new Pokemon coming in, and then even like Ogerpon slowly crawling its way back up. I think like Ogerpon Water is just Ogerpon in general is going to be a staple of the generation as just a good Pokemon similar to Urshifu. This isn't even thinking about the paradoxes like Fluttermane, Raging Bolt, and Iron Hands climbing up. Everyone thought he was dead, but he is back. He was so good without an ability. What happens when you or your opponent set electric terrain for it?
Yeah, run an assault vest and you get an attack boost. Ooh.
Yep. And we saw some booster Iron Hands usage just as an option, right? Life Orb Farigiraf or Throat Spray, and then like, I don't know, I feel like Farigiraf and Iron Hands are like the bulky motherfuckers that you still need to be worried about the damage output of. Like they have all of this like supporting that they can do, but they also have the offense. It feels like when Indeedee first got Expanding Force, right? Like before you could kind of just ignore it, like Psychic did a lot of damage, right? But Expanding Force just was like this whole new level, like, okay, now I need to actually deal with it. I feel like, I don't know, Indeedee's success mirrors what Farigiraf is going to be in the future. I feel like it's just never going to fall off.
Yeah. Also Indeedee is another normal type, but that Indeedee's been good. Like it's just been So
these are the guys who can live in the double restricted format.
Yeah. But yeah. No, it's is silly. Is fun. Double restricted is going to be fun. I agree.
I'm very excited. I am very sad. We're not gonna have the Pokemon Company has made like announcements of like TOs can't run any CP earning events. So unless it's like completely grassroots, there will be no more Pokemon locals, which really sucks. Like, there's still online tournaments, I guess, but I don't know. I was really bummed. I was really excited to just, like, mess around with meme teams until Worlds was over. I'll probably still do that on ladder and whatnot, but yeah.
Like, post NAIC?
Yeah. No, post LA. No more events. We have NAIC, we have Japan, and we have the Italy. There are no more locals during this time.
Why? What?
I don't know. It's something about wanting NAIC to be the last, like, North American place you can earn CP or something. I don't really know. I think it's dumb.
What? I mean, like, that makes sense, but also at the same time, you can have locals before NAIC. Like, yeah. I guess NAIC is next week, so it's like...
Yeah. It's very soon, but I don't know. It just feels weird to just, like, cut that off, especially during the summer, now that people are, like, off from school. I don't know, I'm talking for myself here, but being off school, and it's like, well, damn, I can't even go to any locals. I don't know, it sucks. I'll probably I might try to do, like, some online tournaments, and I know that there are other communities, like, getting together, like Beanie doing every Wednesday, there's a tournament, or every other Wednesday, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
There'll still be stuff to do, but yeah, it's getting down to the wire. We have the Bologna Regional.
Bologna.
And Japan Internet's happening right now. And then that's still currently ongoing. It's Saturday right now for me, Sunday for Baylynn. I think it's also Sunday in Japan, right?
It is Sunday in Japan.
Yeah, so they're on day 2.
Sunday in Japan.
It's Sunday in Japan.
Shoot.
I guess once if we end up recording next week, hopefully we'll be able to everything we'll be able to talk about the results from those and, like, kind of get Worlds predictions in. I don't know. At the moment, I'm predicting a lot of variety. I'm predicting a lot of, like, Lunala feels like it's gonna uptrend. I think that we're gonna keep flip-flopping between Miraidon and the Calyrexes being, like, the guy on top, and then Terapagos and Zom and Koraidon are kind of just gonna be, like, always kind of consistently alright. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I think, I think things will mostly stay the same. It's just, like, some of the lower used guys will come up and down. Like, Lunala, I think Lunala is a little bit underexplored right now, but, like, understandably so. You have a different Psychic Ghost type you can use right there in the horse, and it's winning tournaments and stuff.
The difference is the bulk. I think Shadow Shield and then also being able to Terra Fairy, like, you were talking about before, like, oh, the typing, just Terra out of it. I feel like right now for single restricted, it's very optimal to just always have your restricted Terra into a good defensive type.
Yeah. So throughout this entire, like, time of playing VGC with terrestrialization, we've always been, like, scared of, like, a Pokemon being, like, a Terra Sync sort of thing. But, like, I'm thinking, like, Lunala's a bit of a Terra Sync, but it's also your one restricted, so it's, like, it kind of makes sense to be your Terra Sync. But, yeah, anyway. No, I can see that happening. I want Kyogre to get more usage, but I'm not sure if that will happen anytime soon.
I hope so. I think with double restricted, it will be the, that's when it's gonna happen.
Kyogre is going to pop off in double restricted. I fully believe that. It's always been, like, kind of decent. I think with, like, Zama, it could do well because it just replaces Pelipper. Although Pelipper is just kind of like Pelipper's kind of guarded in general right now.
Yeah, Pelipper's still, like, a good mon to just tack onto teams. The wide guard, Tailwind, Helping Hand, etc., etc. Like, it's one of those guys who can do whatever you need him to do. I think maybe that's why Smeargle hasn't had as much of a showing as it could have been, because it was so good, because of, obviously Spore plus a speed boost, get fucked, lol.
Yeah.
But now it feels like we have a lot more Pokemon that roll compress, and Smeargle's really other job besides doing the fast sleeping and, getting evasion, clicking follow me, was roll compression, because you could have it as a sleep Pokemon, you could have it as redirection, you could have it as fake out, wide guard, trick room, imprison, transform, like, it was a roll compression mon. And now that we have all of these Pokemon we have more Pokemon with good roll compression, I guess maybe, like, it doesn't, I don't know, if I want something with, I guess there's no Pokemon that can both do fake out and put me to sleep. If you need specifically that, or, like, but it's like, if you want, okay, well, I want boosting, and then I also want fake out. Okay, we got Manchow with coaching. We've got Incineroar with fake out and pivoting, and, damage reduction. We've got Pelipper with wide guard, speed control, in both Tailwind and Icy Wind. And also weather control, right? We've got a lot of good roll compression. Even Grimmsnarl's starting to kind of come out of the woodwork, because you get screens, you get speed control, you get damage reduction, just good solid damage with, like, Spirit Break. It is the era of roll compression. Lots of guys who can do lots of things.
Mm. Oh, that's another thing that I've been yapping about Volcarona recently.
Yes.
Because people are like, I'll be in a voice chat and people are like, I need like a fire type that like beats Zama Center. And, like, they're worrying about, like, Zama matchups, and they've got an Incineroar on the team with Will-O-Wisp, but I'm like, hey, there's a guy who can redirect and can burn and can do all sorts of things. His name is Volcarona. Have you seen this man before?
Yeah, listen, Volcarona, I think, is going to be good. I'm hoping that we see some of it. I've seen a little bit of it, like, on streams of the events that are happening, but yeah, no, I was considering putting it on my team over Fluttermane. The taunt was useful on Flutter, but oh my god, I think Volk with Koraidon or Groudon could be very good.
Yeah, oh, definitely 100% on Koraidon, 100%. It's gonna be really good on Koraidon. Yeah. But you get Sun, and then you get boosted fire moves. But yeah.
Funny Moth. I loved a Funny Moth. Redirection, you could do String Shot if you want to be extra funny.
That's right. It's still a move, isn't it? I mean, it gets Tailwind as well, so...
It gets Tailwind?
Yeah. It's like one of the only non-flying types to get it.
Yeah, okay, but listen, in Sword and Shield, it was a tutor move, like a DLC tutor move, and in Sun and Moon, we had to wait for Ultra Sun and Moon for it to be like a Mantine Surfing BP tutor move. So I wasn't sure if it got it this gen.
It's a TM. It's a TM now, Ash.
I forgot. Listen, I haven't seen it at all.
That's fair. I mean, to be fair, Volcarona hasn't been used recently, but also, like, uptick in, like, Zama and Zacian usage, it's going to be good.
Yeah. Urshifu, too. I think Urshifu is always just going to be a solid pick for a lot of really good teams.
Yeah. Whoa. Explosion. I'm looking at the live call reaction thing that's been on the...
Oh yeah, if you don't care about what we're saying, you can look to for people who aren't on Spotify, you can look to Pearl fucking exploding.
Yeah. Ash and I did a Splatoon stream for the new season yesterday.
It's so fun. I am probably going to play more tonight if I don't get sucked into Halo. My friend got me the Master Chief Edition. I've never touched Halo in my life. And I was like, I should play it sometime. And then he bought me the whole fucking thing. So
yeah,
it's going to be Splatoon or Halo for the night.
Yeah, friends of the channel, Andre and Dita or Kachur, he's been a guest on here before.
Yeah.
Me, Kachur, and Andre were all reminiscing on Halo and how it was like sort of just Halo is so good, and then Ash is like, Halo? I always wanted to get into Halo. Indoctrinate me into the Halo fandom, and we're like, we got you. And
yep.
And then
So,
it was Bonka who bought it for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Goat.
So we're all playing through Halo games at the moment because we want to relive the good old days.
Because I just was never a part of it. Like, I was talking to my friend, and he's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm watching my friends play Halo. They want to shoot Moas. And he's like, they're playing Reach. And I'm like, how does everyone know?
Yep.
How does everyone know about this game but me? Like, I wasn't allowed to play shooters growing up, and we only had a Wii. I didn't have an Xbox, so I didn't, like, get into that section of gaming that a lot of other kids who are the same age as me did when they were growing up. I don't know. I'm interested and I'm excited.
Yes.
Looks like a cool video game.
It's very fun. But anyways, I'm going to end the podcast right now.
Yeah.
We do a thank you for subscribing to the Patreon in the next part, so enjoy that.
Well, actually, this one we almost hit an hour. Should we make this a separate episode?
I think they've been waiting for so long. I'm going to make it a very long episode. I'm gonna shoot it back to us like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 weeks. It was after we did a stream, so yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. I was shooting back to 2 weeks ago when people went to what was the regional? It was the
Indy.
Indy. We're shooting it back to the Indy regional stuff. So you heard about LA. Now you hear about Indy. So.
Yeah, we have the present. Now we're going to the past and the comments, the future. Comment question of the day right in the middle of the video. Because comments. What do you think will be good at NAIC based on like what we're seeing? Well, this is the episode's gonna come out after Japan and Baloney. I'm gonna keep calling it Baloney because I'm a terrible person. What do you think we're gonna see at Internets or NAIC now that we have had all these tournaments? You know, throughout these like just couple of months, the meta has changed just quite a bit. I think.
Yeah. Also, what is your preferred pronunciation of the city in Italy? Is it Bologna? Is it Bologna? Is it Bologna, which is actually how it's supposed to be pronounced, I think. Bologna.
I'm sorry, Italians. Italians.
Do you think that it should be called Bologna, like Bolognese? Comment below. Comment below. I don't know if that's where that comes from or not. And I feel very bad. I'm sorry, Italians. But yeah, shooting it back to 2 weeks ago. Whoa.